We are doing some food prep with Ryan, and you were just saying cabbage is good for what?
Cabbage, what I've read, is good for blood pressure and also for cleaning out like cholesterol, like clogged arteries and things like that. As is, I think, another great one is kale, and even just having
Kale tastes disgusting,
no,
bro.
but cooking it in a stir fry, you don't even notice it's there.
Okay,
And it's
so you can hide it?
and it's kind of like, well, it doesn't taste great when it's not cooked.
It's terrible, yeah.
But if you have a little bit in there, it's like it's like the toothbrush for your colon. It's basically just because it's the what do you call it? It's the texture of it. It's really good for cleaning you.
That's the same with broccoli, isn't it? Doesn't that clean your intestines and
Broccoli,
colon? It sort of scrubs it because
So you like broccoli?
Yeah, I like broccoli in stir fries.
Stir-fries.
If the Thai people, you know how they just do it so it's still crunchy and got lots of sauce, and maybe even at that point it's covered a little bit with oil, maybe too.
What about zucchini?
Oh, not so much, yeah, it's a bit sloppy even in a stir fry. Beans?
Yep.
Yeah, I love green beans.
Green beans.
What are they good for, Rhino? Anything?
I'm not sure exactly, but they're healthy.
Yeah.
Broccoli's awesome because it's the alkaloids in it or whatever.
Does it alkalize you?
It kind of
Gets rid of the acid.
Changes the pH in your tummy or whatever.
Let's put the fire out, hey?
But also, what else have we got? We've got
that acid, huh? It's fire, and we'll put the fire out with the broccoli.
Well, it helps with alkaloids help with if you have acid reflux and things like that.
Oh, I do. Yeah. And high blood sugar pressure.
Capsicum or peppers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially in a stir fry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a master stir fry guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I just made one for my kids last night, and they
scoffed
it down. They were eating it for breakfast this morning. So.
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes these things in the fridge sort of get a bit like once you've got the sauce, they get better. Yeah.
So capsicum, green capsicum or red capsicum doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But I think the trick is to have probably 60% vegetables, 40% meat, so that you got enough protein, chicken, perfect, but plenty of veggies. And when they're stir fried with good sauce, primo.
Something I was going to ask you. Do you know about Chinese vegetables? Like bok choy is good, isn't it?
Yeah, bok choy, wombok, which is Chinese cabbage, which goes really good in a coleslaw because it's not so. It's kind of a bit more fluffy.
So
It's less. Normal cabbage is still fine, but I really like the wombok. I always have half a wombok in the fridge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Alrighty. So
Wombok city limits.
Wombok city limits.
Oh, that sounds rad, dude. Yeah, well, I reckon if you know how to prep them nice, I do like those Chinese vegetables in the stir fry as well.
Well, we'll do up a little list of. What do you reckon? So if we do, I thought we could do chicken cashews with vegetables.
Hell yeah.
Thai style. And I've got a recipe just to sort of. Excuse me. I have a look at a recipe and I kind of go, oh yeah, but I don't normally follow it that closely because of,
You're a chef.
Well,
That's what chefs do, mate.
As long as you know how to cook the ingredients or whatever and in what order, it normally turns out pretty good.
Just so you know, I've got 2 fresh limes here as well, and these are off a tree and spray free and all that.
Limes
apparently
are great for
Thai food.
Thai food, definitely.
At Woolies and that, can you get lemonade ones, or have you got to go? Because there is it might be a bit more expensive, but on the Steve Irwin Way there is a organic shop. Maybe
is it a Steve Irwin Way? Is it that big? And it's a big fruit shop and stuff.
There's a coffee shop as part of the building and a bakery. So it's not down at the Puma Survey. That's Matilda's.
Okay.
It's before. Oh, look, let's just go to Woolies. I won't worry about a lemonade to that trip. Okay. I'm just really big on that lemonade plant now because I'm squeezing it on this salmon the other week. I go, this isn't a lemon. This isn't a lime. What is this? And it was better than both of those.
Right.
And then it turned out it was a lemonade. And I'd never even heard of that before. And now I'm really hooked on it.
So is it a big fresh?
Just looks like a lime.
Place? No, but the place where you get them from, because of a lot of the time you're going to get, because bloody Woolies will charge you $5 for a bloody bunch of coriander, whereas you go to a fruit shop, it might cost you $1.50, $2.
Oh, so we might be better off at the organic.
Might be better off getting all fresh vegetables from a farmer's market,
Okay. What you've got on the Steve Irwin Way, you got a farmers market. They get all their stuff from Rockdale in Brisbane or whatever it's called. And then you've got the other shop. They get everything within 20 kilometre circumference of here. And I've literally seen the Mulaney organic trucks and all that out the front. So they're not lying and they're not stuffing the shelf with other stuff and passing it off as local or anything. I think they're legit.
Maybe we should go have a look at that because of, I don't know, the fresh fruit and stuff from Woolies is just, I mean, you know, well, yeah, that's the biggest thing. I saw it was like $15 for tomatoes the other day at IGA, and Woolies wasn't any better, I don't think.
God, what criminals!
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, if they don't have a good yield of the crop or whatever, then it gets more expensive. But I'm not paying $15 for 5 tomatoes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, if we go to the fruit shop, it was not too far to go. A little bit further, go to Glasshouse. There's kind of a really good butcher there. Maybe we go to the butcher instead of Woolies for different meat as well.
Yeah. Well, you're always going to get. Yeah, if you were to buy rump or something like that, you know it's going to be good from a butcher. They'll almost guarantee it most of the time.
Do you know how to do that thing where they use, I think, bicarb soda and soaked beef and all that too? What do they call that? There's a word for it.
Well, it's just tenderizing it, but so you just chop it finely. Say, because a lot of the Chinese restaurants or whatever, they'll buy the cheapest cut of meat, you know, whatever it might be. Not that any red meat is a cheap cut these days.
Yeah.
But they'll buy the cheapest cut of meat, they'll cut it finely, then they put it with water and bicarb soda, which is basically a tenderizer.
Yeah.
So that, because it literally eats into the meat and just makes it tender. So when you eat it, it has that kind of, you know, it's kind of...
Is the term velveting? Is it velvet steak? I think they call it velveting. I'm not sure.
Well,
might be.
That's probably a good analogy of what it is, eh?
Yeah. And they do it with pork too.
I've done it before with pork and beef.
Yeah, it's nice, eh? Yeah. And apparently it soaks up sauce more then too once they've done that too.
Yep.
So the meat's tastier. Yeah.
Yep. And you can mostly Thai they don't do that. They'll use probably a slightly like chicken or even pork fillet. You know, pork. That's pretty good. But yeah, well, let's have a look.
I don't think they've got the cows in Thailand. That's why. They're eating what they've got, which is chickens and pork and seafood. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the goods.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's write up. So chicken and cashews could be a good meal.
That'll be beautiful. That's one of my favourites.
What about so that's a Thai sort of dish. We can do it Thai or Chinese style. Doesn't really matter. And then we could do a beef dish.
Do you want to do some of that velvet beef today? If it's called velvet beef.
Yeah, sure. We'll do you like beef and black bean or beef?
Yeah.
Or Mongolian beef is good too.
Okay.
Okay, let's go beef.
These things I actually, you know, when I was a kid, I'd go to a Chinese shop. That was a measure of a Chinese shop. You'd buy the Mongolian beef and the beef and black bean.
Yeah.
And if they were good, you knew that their lemon chicken and everything else was going to be exquisite as well.
Yeah.
But most places today, their food is terrible. It's terrible. Like the Chinese shop down the street is just dreadful, man.
Yeah.
So
that's the place I went to.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
exactly. So now what you want is it cooked at home. Like it'll be beautiful because you make it.
And no, it's good and doesn't have any yucky bad stuff in it.
Yeah. MSG.
Well, you know, there's lots of
Urine.
Well,
spit, snot.
Well, MSG. There's a lot of talk around that whole thing, whether it's good or bad. I think it's bad for some people because some people can be allergic to it.
It makes me feel really sick. What about you?
Yeah, I'm okay with it, but at least you know when you're buying your own fruit, your own vegetables, using the sauces out of the jars and the rice and everything. You've cooked it. It's only been in the fridge. You don't want to keep rice and eat it again or reheat it after about 2 days of it being in the fridge because it grows its own mold in it very quickly. So you want to use it kind of.
You'd know this. Rice is a grass. It's a type of grass.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it is, but it's got a grain within the grass, eh? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the rice is in a husk, which is in that grass stem, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a Thai cooking specialist or Asian in general?
Oh, I just like, Asian stuff. I like making Chinese food, Thai food, Vietnamese. I like making pho and stuff like that. You know, pho, which is the it's a noodle soup with heaps and heaps of different. It's got star anise. It's got all different herbs and spices in it, and you have it with. You can either have chicken, or with brisket, or with like really thinly sliced rare beef, and you just put it into the hot soup. And it's got chili and all the rest of it.
Do you want to make some pho today as well?
Well, pho takes a lot of time,
Okay,
so we'll probably have to, because you actually got to make the broth first, using all of the herbs and spices, but we can definitely make it. And then all you have to do is you have the big broth, you put it into little plastic containers or whatever, and then you just chop up some like coriander, some mint or whatever you want to put in it. What do they call them? Bean sprouts. You just chop all that up, and then you just add it to it when you want to, you know. So you have the broth set aside, and then you add the fresh ingredients after. Yeah.
And see, girls, this is why all the ladies of the Sunshine Coast love this man, because it's not just the musicianship; it's the cooking skills.
Cooking's just fun, you know.
Culinary skills that gets the ladies excited.
I hope that's not going on YouTube.
Yes.
Maybe not.
Well, I mean, he's off the market, and he's not looking, ladies. But the fact is, you know, I'm just pointing out the fact that
in this day and age, a man needs to be able to cook.
Yeah,
you know,
because his missus ain't gonna. Oh, actually, I can't say that on YouTube either. That's apparently hate speech. But look,
everyone has the right to be a person of, you know, an independent person
with autonomy. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm a feminist, Ryan. I'm a feminist, and all right, let's over and out before I say something you can't put on YouTube.